No one in Amritsar expected that General Reginald Dyer would turn a festival into a slaughter. It was April 13th, 1919, Baisakhi, a harvest festival that drew thousands into the walled courtyard of Jallianwala Bagh, a narrow-entranced garden tucked close to the Golden Temple. The air should have been bright with celebration. Instead, it was thick with dread. Months earlier, the British government had passed the Rowlatt Act, permitting detention without trial. Tensions boiled in Punjab. Local leaders Saifuddin Kichelu and Dr. Satyapal had been arrested. Protests spread like fire through the city. That afternoon, a crowd gathered. Men, women, children. Many to celebrate, many to hear words of protest. Brigadier General Reginald Edward Harry Dyer arrived with troops. He ordered his small force to seal the few exits and marched into the garden. Without a warning, he gave the order to fire. Soldiers raked the packed courtyard for roughly 10 minutes. Dyer later testified he ordered approximately 1,650 rounds. People fell where they stood. Some hurled themselves against walls, others squeezed into corners. Dozens, desperate, plunged into a well on the grounds to escape the bullets. When the shooting stopped, the scene was apocalyptic. The Hunter Commission, the British inquiry later dispatched to investigate, recorded 379 dead and about 1,200 wounded. Figures that Indians at the time, and later historians, would contest as undercounts. Bodies lay broken across a place meant for peace. Brick parapets bore bullet holes. Coats and turbans were stained with blood. Survivors described Dyer's calm demeanor, his aim not at a single rebel, but at the crowd itself. He wanted to punish and to produce what he called a moral effect. The massacre did not occur in a vacuum. It was the product of policy and prejudice. The Rowlatt Act had legitimated extraordinary measures. Martial law proclamations and mass arrests had normalized harsh suppression. Dyer's action was immediate, but it was enabled by a colonial architecture that prioritized order over justice and treated Indian political life as inherently seditious. That structure shaped both the shooting and what followed. A conspiracy of convenience unfolded in the aftermath. Some members of the colonial establishment rushed to justify Dyer as a necessary instrument of control, a man who had saved Amritsar from a wider rebellion. Newspapers in Britain split. Fundraising committees raised money to support him. At the same time, other officials, and eventually the Hunter Commission, concluded his action was an unlawful use of force and censured him. The Viceroy's office, bowing to political pressure, forced Dyer from command and effectively ended his career. Yet there was no criminal trial, no full accountability that matched the scale of the crime. Information was delayed, casualty figures debated, testimonies filtered through colonial hierarchies. Efforts to minimize and to rationalize the killing, to frame it as an unfortunate necessity, amounted to a cover-up of moral responsibility. For Indians, the massacre was irrevocable. It shattered illusions of benevolent rule and steeled a generation. Mahatma Gandhi called it a monstrous massacre, and the outrage fed a surge away from petitions and toward mass resistance. The Jallianwala Bagh killings became a turning point in the independence movement, a moral indictment that no conciliatory policy could easily erase. Today, the scar remains in stone and memory. The garden is a memorial. The well where victims sought refuge is preserved. The facts, a closed garden, a disarmed crowd, a general's order to fire until the bullets were spent, hundreds dead, are plain and bitter. The Jallianwala Bagh massacre is not merely one man's atrocity. It is a portrait of a system that allowed, then argued for, its violence. Understanding the conspiracy is to see how law, fear, and political expediency conspired to produce tragedy, and how silence and justification became part of the crime itself.